All right. My name is Chris Campbell. I'm a practicing CPA and I work with small businesses and individuals to help them pay the least amount of taxes possible while keeping them out of jail. So today I wanted to talk about the proper way for business owners to deduct travel expenses. And the reason why I wanted to do that is because travel expenses can be a point of contention with the IRS. It is one of those expenses that if you were to get audited, this is usually a category of expense that the IRS wants to scrutinize and audit. The main reason being that some folks try to jump out the window and deduct just straight up vacations. And the thing is, there is a way around that. It's not to say that you can't deduct vacations, but a couple of things that you have to do and things to be aware of that I wanted to go through just so that it makes sense and that you are ordered. So before I get into some of the things that you need to do, I will say that first and foremost, your overall deductions just have to make sense or be in proportion to the scale or the size or the revenue that you're generating of your company. For example, if your business is more of a side business and you've generated just a couple $1,000s over the course of the year in that business, you're gonna raise red flags if you turn around and start deducting $10,000, $15,000 vacations to exotic places when your business has only generated a couple $1,000s. The idea here is you just really need to make sure that your deductions are proportionate to what your business actually makes. I don't want you to take this as a license to say, oh, I'll just write off whatever I want, because it is a very big red flag where let's say pros don't really have any revenue and they're trying to write off all of this travel, and that creates a pretty big warning flag. So you'll want to take that precaution when applying these items. A good way to deduct travel is you want to make sure that your travel is business related. That's first and foremost. And there are a number of ways of you can make sure that your travel is business related, even if there is a personal component. You want to see if you're able to mix some business with pleasure, so to speak. For example, I think it's a reason why a lot of conferences are in Las Vegas, right? It's a nice entertainment destination. But if you go to Vegas for a business conference and you decide to stay a bit longer and partake in some entertainment festivities there, well, at least your travel there and back would be considered a business expense. So you see the theme here is if you're able to combine the two as far as pleasure and business, then getting back and forth, getting around at the destination would be considered a business expense. But you want to make sure that you structure some business activity with your business travel, or it might be entertaining some clients. So I'll give you a prime example. Someone like myself, some of my good friends are clients of mine, and we travel from time to time together, and we happen to discuss some business while abroad. Now, you'll want to make sure that you document some of this. So I do keep some form of documentation in the event that I get called to the mat on it. But with my travel, I am traveling to meet clients. So there are a number of ways that you can be creative to associate some business with your travel. Thing here is to make sure that you document the purpose, the travel, at least the business purpose of the travel. Make sure you do that. Now, if you're in a scenario where, let's say it's a family getaway, not necessarily clients, what you can do to include family getaways as business travel is hold a board of director or board of advisor meeting. So if you're a corporation, then you would have a board of directors. If you are an LLC, you would have a board of advisors. And these board of advisors can be family members. Board of advisors, board of directors, depending upon the structure of your entity, they also have the same purpose. Board of advisors can be anyone. It can be your kids, it can be your spouse, it can be family members that you really travel with. What you want to do to make this thing legit is make sure you conduct meeting with your board of directors or board of advisors. and you can do those meetings anywhere you want. Nothing really stopping you from deciding to go to somewhere far away and decide to have a board of advisors or board of directors meeting with this board of advisors. Now, you want to make sure that everything is on the up and up. Before you get there, you want to make sure that these board of directors or board of advisors are documented in your formation paperwork. You have your articles of organization. Make sure your board of advisors are listed out. Your articles of incorporation, if you're a corporation, make sure that your board of directors are documented and listed as such in those creating documents. Not done so already, you can always go and revise it. There are ways to go revise it. If you go check with the state, they usually have documents that allow you to revise it to make sure that you can include that, or just simply go to the person or company that helped you create the entity, and I'm sure that they can direct you on how to do that. So make sure that you document who these board of directors or advisors are, and you can have your board of directors or board of advisors meeting while you're away. And you'll want to make sure that these meetings are documented. There are minutes, and you don't have to make the big thing out of it. There's usually templates out there. So you just go online, go to board of advisors meetings, template, board of directors meeting template, and just download it and document it. So if you're able to do that, a family trip could be deemed a business expense to conduct your meeting. Once you're able to do that, it opens you up to being able to deduct a whole number of things. It's a good strategy to get some deductions for a getaway or a vacation. But again, going back to what I said in the beginning, it has to be proportionate to your income. So don't have your company make little or no money and you are writing off $10,000, $15,000 vacations. You're going to have a problem if you do that. Again, everything in proportion. But it's a good way to get some expenditures deducted based upon your travels with your family. So whether that be travel there and back, your accommodations, the meals while you're away. So it's a good strategy to implement to turn some of your travel into business expenses. So that's all for now. I hope this helped. If you have any more questions about this topic or any other tax or accounting related questions, reach out. I'm happy to help. All right. That's all for now. And I'll see you on the next one.